Yes, we're back with the SIG Sauer P226 Replica air pistol. Now, if you saw my first video on this pistol, you'll know that I really do like this. It's a fantastic replica. But one of my niggles was that and it's purely cosmetic, is this annoying, to me anyway, threaded extension on the barrel. And that's simply, it's not there on the real firearm, so it kind of like detracts from the appearance, in my opinion. So this has been nagging away at me, and I decided to do something about it. But before we get into that, I just want to say something. This is very, very important. Now, I do not advise anyone doing what I've done, right? And if you do, you do it at your own risk, okay? And I'll explain why it's not a good idea in a minute. So what have I done? Well, I have removed the threaded barrel extension. Now, basically, most of what you remove is in fact this, which is the shroud, not the barrel. You do have to remove some of the barrel, but it's mainly the shroud, okay? And I'll pull the slide back and we can have a close look at it. Okay, so I'm having to hold the slide back because there's no way of locking it back on this particular pistol. But yes, this is the piece that I removed, okay? Obviously that's the threaded cover ring that's designed to go over the threads. Now, when you remove that, there is a small amount of the barrel sticking out. As I said, this is not the barrel. This is a cast aluminium barrel shroud. The actual barrel is a steel tube which is inside this. Now I'm going to show you a diagram explaining why this is not a good idea. So this is a crude drawing of basically what you've got at the end of the barrel shroud and the barrel. And the reason why it's not a good idea to cut this bit off is because this part holds the barrel in place. So once you remove this, as you can see, this is the steel barrel, okay? And this is the aluminium outer shroud. If you cut this off, this part, which retains the barrel, holds the actual barrel in place, then disappears. So there is nothing holding the barrel inside the barrel shroud, and it will in fact come out, as it did when I removed the end piece. So what's the solution? Well, believe it or not, it's very simple. I used Loctite 638 and reinserted the barrel into the barrel shroud, and it locates at this end as well as at this end. And I put quite a bit of Loctite around the inside of the barrel shroud and on the actual barrel itself, and then pushed it back in and located it at this end and left it overnight to set. And it's been, I put about, I think 48 pellets through it so far, and it's absolutely fine. Let's have a look at closer look at the front end. There's no gas or magazines in this. So here's an end on view. Now hopefully you can see this, but the actual this is the barrel and it ends here. So that's the outer diameter of the actual barrel, okay? And this here, this is the barrel shroud. Now I'll have a quick look at it from the side. Now, as you can see, I didn't actually take it right back. I left a small amount on of the threaded portion, just so that I wanted to make sure that there was some sufficient amount for the barrel to actually locate in. And the barrel's quite a tight fit in that outer part of the shroud at that end. So yeah, so combined with the Loctite, yeah, it did a good job. So yeah, like I said, I do not advocate that anyone do this, and obviously if you even attempt to do this, you risk buggering the pistol up. But I was happy to do that, and it worked out okay for me. Now, there's been one other unexpected side effect from doing this mod, and that is that the pistol is actually now more accurate than it was before. It still shoots low and to the left, but nowhere near as much. So the compensation, you don't have to put so much compensation on it. And the only conclusion that I can draw from this is that now the barrel is Loctited into the shroud, it is not free to move. So only the shroud can move inside the slide. And I simply think that the whole thing is more rigid now. And basically, so therefore you get better consistency and better accuracy. But No, as I said before, the reason I did this was simply for cosmetics. I think this now looks really, really like the real thing. It is now, without that stupid bloody thing on the front. It actually now looks like the SIG P226 Mark 25. So anyway, I just thought I'd give this little update on my SIG replica air pistol. As I said, I'm definitely not advocating anyone do this, because you do risk buggering the gun up, but in my case it worked, so there you go. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers.